This is James from GameFront with a walkthrough of Zeno Clash 2.
Hanae!
Remat! I didn't think I'd see any of you again. How did you find me?
We came here with Adrex, but beat him up and left him behind. He led you through the wrong path just because he's obsessed with the Tiampta.
We figured that out. A bit too late.
Where's Dadra?
They took her to a lower area. I don't understand their language. It's all barking to me. But they showed us maps and wanted us to speak or something. They were more interested in her and took her away.
Is there a key for this cage?
I recognize the lock. It's the same Adrance had at the coast. Let's see if the key he gave us works.
Seems Adrance is closer to the Tiampta than we thought.
Well, just full disclosure, this is a post-commentary because somehow my audio wasn't recording. And that being said, I do a little bit more editing than typical because I am now watching myself play a second time, and it becomes a little less efficient as you've played it than you are recording it second time.
We'll fight together.
We take her as an ally because she has better stats than who I had. Certainly didn't choose her because of how pretty her face is. Her face is ugly. But she's my sister, and she's got my nose. Oh, look at this. Hi-ya! We're going to get this guy off of the ledge. That is my goal. And he seems to be able to just do, the old balancing on the air thing. But let's see how well he does when he's pile-drived over. He's done. Done. I think that I use a pretty good strategy of using the ledge against my enemies. Here's a good example of that. A counterattack to knock him right off the edge. I'm pretty good at this game. Period. There's no buts at the end of that. Unless you're talking about the butts at the end of my ass kicking, which is everybody. Ooh, a butterfly. And I take the weapon here, I believe, but that health I don't need right now. At the time, I thought to myself, well, I could use it and waste a little health, but why not just come back for it afterwards? And here's what I would consider... Uh-oh. With all those masks, he must be a pretty important leader. I said previously when I was thinking my voice was being recorded. So I call my allies. Oh! And this weapon I have is completely overpowered. I try to go back for the health, but I noticed that it was blocked off. Not that I needed it right now, but I was just, checking. He's hurting our own enemies. He's like our MVP right now. There. Uh-oh. And this weapon does a pretty damn good job. I mean, we've already taken off, I'd say, 3/4 of his health. Maybe just a little shy of 3/4. Granted, he's taken off a good 5/8 of my health. So I try to line these guys up to continue using my ledge thing, but I miss 2 times in a row. Probably should have locked on, huh? No. See, that guy was much easier than I thought he was going to be. I don't know what that swishing sound is. Like, that doesn't make sense. I didn't see anything on screen that I was doing for it. And they're all dead. See,
Dad.
Oh, Dadra, are you okay?
Yes, just hungry. Did you find
Did you not see her fighting with us?
Hanae is okay, and Adrance got what he deserved. I shouldn't have let you go on your own.
Hey, you're not the only one allowed to try and do something. Hanae and I, we got at least a dozen Tiampta before we were captured.
If you're fighting, come with us. We should fight together.
Now comes a very difficult decision. She's weaker than Hanae, but so much more enjoyable to be around. I think she's going to raise the morale of our group quite a bit.
Let's fight together. Gat, Hanae and I, we are exhausted. Maybe we should spend a night here before returning.
Okay.
I'll be with Hanae, and I'll keep watch in case the Tiampta return.
Yeah, you and Hanae hang out. And me and Daedra will hang out, and we'll meet up in the morning, and I'm sure we'll both be really refreshed. Both parties.
Adrin's made us waste a lot of time. We need to go back through the desert to the North Golem's house.
I tried to go back down and get that health because, I mean, look at my health here. It's pretty pathetic. But here we go. Healed up. And now there's some editing out. I spent a little time wandering around here, and it was unsuccessful. I know where to go now, so I believe I might do a little bit of lollygagging, but for the most part I'm going straight to where I gotta head. I don't feel like doing commentary a second time on me being lost. It's just not, you know, cool.
And here we are in the desert. I'm thinking my memory is not very good. I mean, I literally recorded this like 30 minutes ago. But I don't remember if I get lost here. It is the desert, so I feel like no matter what happens when you go to the desert, you lose yourself at least a little. Yep, just heading towards the outer world, outer world. I look at all these guys and I'm debating at this point, should I sit here and fight them? And I was like, well, not really. I've got full health now and it's just not worth it. I've got bigger fish to fry than lobsters. I got the golem. We're headed to the end world. I tried to redo this and start a new thing and go back through the end world on a new recording and just do it fresh. But the problem was that when I start a new game and load this chapter, none of the things that I did before, such as like igniting all those wire coil things that burn up, none of that was saved. So I would have had to start the whole thing over, which might not have taken a long time, but I didn't want to. I mean, I don't want to call myself lazy, but I like to be efficient. If I've done something, I don't want to have to redo it. And so we've pretty much got this whole area unlocked. There might be a couple things I left behind, but it's like a needle in a haystack to try to find an extra little thing to do out here. And this shadow thing wants to fight me, but
Now's where you get really lucky with this post-editing, because I spent a great deal... I did not jump down there. I'm smarter than that, thank God. But I went and... I was still struggling with this puzzle. I was trying to link the two different sides that are in here up with each other and punch the balls. I find ball punching solves a lot of things in this. But that wasn't the right answer, so it probably took me a good 5 minutes to figure this out the second time through. I mean, I spent probably, I don't know, what do you think? 15 minutes before, or 20 minutes on this little puzzle here? Boom. So then we link this. And now we're going to cut to inside of this area here after we punch this ball. So here's the cut coming up there. And I'm looking around and I feel, oh, there's a crystal ball on the other side of there. I should have checked that. So now I've linked those two things. And everything else is smooth sailing. There's no more real challenges here. I mean, when you figure that puzzle out, you're pretty much good to go. I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm like, oh, is there one on the other side down there? No. Use the giant ball, James. It's the same thing you've been using before. There. Punch it. Punch it. Good. And now we have gone deeper into the area. Here comes a big old battle. Which was surprisingly difficult, considering that what I thought I was going to fight was that big gold golem. Yeah, you can't attach that. I should have tried my moonbeam weapon, but I never ended up even attempting that. I don't know if it would have worked or not. So here I think I'm going to have to fight that giant golem, and I'm like, okay, let's get ready with the allies. No, just a bunch of peons. Just trying to make my life painful. So what I do is I pretty much abandon my friends and don't help them at all. And they end up getting wasted, and I have to fight for myself. Not a very good team player. That's definitely something I need to work on. I should have done the pile driver. Oh yeah! James said knock you out! I never get those back attacks. That's another thing. Teamwork and back attacks. Those are things I need to work on. And I'm not entirely sure how you get the extra, like the special power meter. There goes one of my friends. Because I thought it was just supposed to be you stringing combos together, but it seems like I gain more special power meter from getting hit in the face, which I don't like. There's a lot of them, and I decide, I believe, right about now to back up, get my stamina back, and pull out the chain. Oh, I get some health too. Because the chain is what I feel is really helpful here, especially with this many enemies. Maybe one-on-one the chain is a waste of time, but when you've got a whole bunch of enemies lined up, you might as well use it, because it swings at them all, disrupts their attacks, pushes them back. Watch this. Oh, of course, somebody's behind me to screw things up. You need everybody one direction of you if you want to use this chain weapon. Plan that I got. And it does drain the stamina, but it comes back, you know. It's just all about looping them around and trying to get them all in one direction of you. Get them all clustered. Look how nice and clustered they are. But I'm getting balls thrown at me. See, I don't know what that was. Oh, those things start exploding. They're kind of like how the shadows used to explode in the other area, but they don't in this one. And there I'm taunting because my keyboard has the C and the V button really close to each other. It's not me. It's how the keyboard's made for sure. But yeah, I was trying to hit C for the chain. And V is taunt, which I don't know what taunt does in this game, really. I don't feel like it changes the AI's behavior at all. So this is my little area that I gain my stamina back and then keep jumping back out and giving a chain to their faces. Doors opened, and I'm tempted. I'm tempted to go in there, but I don't want to leave things unfinished. I didn't want to leave unfinished business. Do you think it's cheap for me to use this chain attack? I think it might be a little cheap. But I'm okay with it. I mean, they're ganging up on me. Look at that. Okay, this is the last little bit of these jerks. Punchy, punchy. And then I kill this guy. And he acts a little weird after I do. I act a little weird before I do. I gotta lock on more. See, I look down, and then all of a sudden I feel like he's faking dead at first. I'm like, he wants me to leave him alone, but he needs to lay still if he's gonna think he's gonna trick me. But the chain doesn't hit him, so he must have just been, you know, those last few twitches of your brain power before you follow the light all the way. Or the dark ring straight to hell, as I believe these shadows are going to. And we pretty much end here because, we go a little further.
We are under the fog. The golem told us there was nothing left north, but this tunnel is hidden under the fog.
He lied. It's good to know he can lie.
Yeah, I don't understand why it matters if he can lie or not. I never assumed that he couldn't lie. I didn't feel he was like a trustworthy person. Oh, and these guys, I do end up killing some of these guys. It's pretty simple. They seem to be much weaker than any of the enemies I've faced before. Even weaker than the shrimp outside. The oversized shrimp. It takes one chain hit and they're done. I guess it's two, but it's one swing. One button pushing. what this game I feel is missing, there's some cool things. I like the art style. I love the bizarre world they've created, but I feel it needs some RPG elements that are more than just those little buttons we push, like experience for killing people. Nonetheless, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.